What's up guys, Skottyy here from the Blue Coconut family and welcome back to another Cities Skylines tutorial. Today we're going to continue our look at the base game for you new starters. Now a very important part of the game is water. As you can see in front of me, I've got a small town I've set up. Now I know this is in my tutorial city and so I do have the ability to connect this up to the rest of the grid, but for demonstration purposes of this tutorial I'm going to keep it very isolated and independent. So in this video we're going to be looking at water supply, and in the next video we're going to look at sewage and output. So when it comes to water supply, there are two options. You can either get fresh water from a nearby river or lake, or you can get groundwater using a water tower. Both of these are available from start, and both of these you can find within the water, sewage and heating section. So they're both these two buildings here. So you have the water tower and you have the water pumping station. Now the water tower is very good, so it has a pumping capacity of 60,000 meters cubed a week, which is great. It doesn't require road access, so it's definitely worth noting, but it is worth remembering that you do not want to put this on any form of polluted ground, or it will be pumping up polluted water and will be contaminating your water supply, making your sims very sick. And that is not good. That is really not good at all. But it's very great for an early base game if you just don't need much water, and you just want to get something started. Its down payment is 3,500 with an upkeep of 240 a week, which is very good and quite nice and cheap. Whereas if we go over to the water pumping station, so this very similar to the other one, doesn't require road access, but it has double the capacity of 120,000 meters cubed a week. But the difference here is it won't pick up ground pollution, but it will pick up water pollution. So if you build this down river or downstream of either your sewage outflow pipe, or even a building that gives off pollution or something like that, but you can see pollution in your water, this will suck it up and pull it into your water, contaminating your city. So let's look at building these and how you place them, because water pipe placement is also very important. So if you click on water tower, you go to this kind of view and you get to see what your ground pollution is like, and you get to see what is kind of there. So you can see over here, this is my industrial areas and farming areas, and you can see that these have a very nasty ground pollution. And you can also see that down here where I've got my sewage outflow pipes, the water is so polluted that it's actually been soaked up into the ground. And so if I placed it here, it'd be very, very polluted and it will get people very sick. But luckily near me I'm pretty good. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to place one of these within my town, just like so. So you can see there I've placed it and it's moaning that it's not connected up to anything. That's fine. So let's go on to the connection. So here you can use the water pipes. If you want to have a quick look at my heating tutorial, if you've got to this, if you've already done this bit, there'll be a card above this video now to go have a look at that and learn how to do heating. But water pipes, they are these, and they work similar to how you build roads and things. In the case of you click a starting point, click, and then you drag it out, and then it builds over an area. The blue circle around it shows its area of kind of use and where it's active. You do not have to put a pipe to every house. You just have to make sure that every building that is going to be requiring this water is inside that blue area. So if I do this and do this, I normally like to go around the edge of my area, or just kind of covering it so that there are no little kind of holes. So for example, if I did that, you'll see here that this house in the middle, despite it being surrounded by places that do have water, itself does not have water because it's outside this little blue area. So it's worth noting you can be very efficient with this sort of piping. So you can kind of work out where the edge is so that they slightly overlap, meaning that you do not need piping everywhere in order for it to work. And we can see there that the water tower's gone blue, and one of the pipes inside my water pipes has turned blue as well. The other one is still grey. That's because I have no sewage output, and you'll see that these buildings are now complaining of sewage. But before we move on to that, in the next video we'll have a quick look at the water pumping station. So water pumping station, once you click it, is your heat map once again. So rather than showing ground pollution, it shows your water pollution. And I'll show you here that this is my current city output from the last time we looked at water, and we have got some just nasty sewage outflow pipes. So it literally dumps raw sewage out into the water and out to sea. We have got a small bit of kind of water kind of clearing it trying to work, but as you can see, it doesn't work that well, and to no avail. It doesn't do much really. But you can see how all of this is nasty brown, and even from where it's flowed around and it's got stuck in bays around the corners, it's also gone brown as well. So it's really nasty stuff and has gone all across my bay. So you do not want to place fresh water solutions, so where you're sucking up water, anywhere downstream or even in the open ocean where potentially your sewage can get out. It is not advisable because your Sims will get sick. Whereas you can see all upstream, because it is all fresh water, there is no pollution and it is all clean. And also I've managed to keep my industrial areas far away from water, meaning they do not pollute the soil, meaning they cannot pollute the water. So I'm going to place mine on this stretch of water. Also note, when you're placing these guys, you can see the pipes that go down into the water. If for some reason your water level changes, so if you place a dam upstream for example, it will mean that your river may drop its water level and soak up a bit. If for some reason your water level changes, so if you place a dam upstream for example, it will mean that your river may drop its water level and soak up a bit, meaning that potentially your pipes may be out of the water and not sucking up any more water, meaning that your water system will not be getting anything. It's not a case of this is near the water, that's fine. Those pipes have to be touching the water. So when you're placing these, it's worth noting that you kind of have to get these fairly close to the edge, and you can do a little trick, as you can see there. You can only place these on the edge, but you can pull kind of your mouse closer to the edge, and if you place it kind of somewhat on the cliff, then you can see that those pipes go really far down into the water. These do have quite a high noise pollution around them, so you can see the orange boundary around them. So they deal with your. These do require power. We'll moan about power. So you can see here that it's got a little stretch, and I'm going to connect it up to the wind turbine just to mean that it's all good to go. And once that's going, then we're all gravy. So that's pretty much it for water supply. Come back in the next video for looking at water sewage. So yeah, if this has been useful for you guys, hit that like button, and also remember, subscribe. You guys, you know what to do. I've been Skottyy from the Blue Coconut family. Thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you on the next video. Bye.